I know what makes me happy, but I never actually do it. And why do things that make us the happiest feel so hard to do?
Hi, I'm Mira, and lately I've been thinking a lot about happiness. Because when I finally get free time, I often don't do the things I know will make me feel better. I love climbing, knitting, hiking, cooking, gaming. But ever since becoming a parent, free time started to feel different. So I wonder, what actually creates the feeling of happiness? Can we make it easier to reach? I decided to run a little experiment on myself.
Because happiness sounds simple, but it's not actually one feeling. And this is where scrolling confused me, because it does give my brain something. One more video that teaches me, another one that makes me laugh, one more post from a friend, one more little head off. Maybe the next thing will be interesting. So in the moment, it does feel good. But after, I don't feel full. I feel shattered.
Scrolling gives me stimulation, but not restoration. It keeps my brain busy, but doesn't really return anything to me.
There is no finished thing, no memory I want to keep, no feeling of I did something for myself. So maybe my brain is not really good at choosing what will make me feel happy. Maybe it's choosing what's easiest to start. My phone is always around. Instagram is just one tap away.
So what if I use that same ease for the things that actually make me happy? Not by forcing myself into doing things, but just lowering the first step. Keep it small and start before I can overthink it.
So the first thing I decided to do was clean my bookshelf. Which sounds incredibly boring, I know that. After becoming a parent, I started to feel like anything for myself had to be either very small or almost impossible. And I love improving the place where I live. Painting the walls, moving furniture around, making little corners feel beautiful. But now those things feel huge, like they belong to another version of me. But one afternoon, when the baby fell asleep, I just started taking everything off the shelves. There were books I didn't want anymore, random leaflets, dust, household things, and every time I looked at it, I felt this tiny little stress. Not big enough to fix immediately, but big enough to sit in the background.
There's actually a psychological reason this matters. Our environment creates a cognitive load. Even if we're not actively thinking about clutter, our brain can still register it as an unfinished business, a visual reminder that something is waiting for us.
And once everything was on the floor, on the table, I couldn't really stop halfway. So I had to keep going. And this is where something changed. Before starting, I had resistance. But once I started, I became interested. I started thinking, what if I put these books here? Ooh, I need to put it up higher so baby won't reach it. So now it's a useful task. So maybe I need to move that Spider-Man over there. Oh, here's Link. And I painted it like 3 years ago by myself. I love those things. I can still do them. And suddenly I wasn't just cleaning. It felt like reconnecting with small parts of myself. And I felt relief. Not excitement, not joy exactly. Relief. The thing I had postponed it for months was finally done. And now every time I look at that shelf, I get this small feeling of calm.
It seems that some things don't make me happy because they feel amazing in the moment, but because they reduce the background stress. It's not instant happiness, but the one that stays in the background and lasts, like a relief.
Next thing I tried to do yoga. Instead of making yoga into the big thing, I made it very small. Just 15 minutes in a garden. No travel, no class, no perfect setup. Before starting, I felt tense. My thoughts were racing. My body felt a bit stiff. And honestly, the hardest part was just beginning. So I put it in my calendar like it was a walk call. I committed to it. Not because yoga has to be productive. I knew that if I left it as maybe I'll do it later, I probably won't do it at all.
And this is what I noticed during the experiment. Planning even small restful things helped. My brain doesn't have to negotiate with itself because something is already decided.
And once I started, I felt calmness around me. The grass, the air, the sky, the quiet. Yoga is interesting because it combines several things at once. Movement, breathing, attention, and presence. It's not just exercise. And that's why I love it. It's also the way of telling your nervous system, you're safe. You can slow down now. And compared to scrolling, this felt like a completely different kind of rest. Scrolling filled my mind, and yoga quieted it. I didn't realize how much I needed that. It made me think that rest isn't always about doing nothing. Sometimes rest is changing the state of your nervous system. And then there was the zoo visit. This one was different from others because it wasn't actually just a small activity at home. More effort, planning, more things to pack. Because with a baby, even a simple day out becomes logistics. And the zoo was about 30 minutes away. Not huge, but it was also enough to feel like a real thing. The hardest part was getting ready. But once we were there, something changed. We walked. We watched animals. We were outside. And what I loved most wasn't even the zoo itself. It was seeing her look at the animals. Like the world was new. And it reminded me we're actually raising a human, not just managing naps and bottles. A real little person is slowly discovering the world. And there's another idea of happiness here: novelty. Our brains notice new environments. New places can make time feel more memorable. That's probably why a day out can feel richer than 3 hours lost on the sofa. Afterward, I was still so tired, but I was still glad we went. And that made me think, sometimes happiness doesn't come from rest. It comes from movement, from changing the scenery enough for your brain to wake up again. A good day doesn't mean an easy day. It just means a day that felt worth having.
After trying all 3 things, I realized I wasn't looking for one type of happiness.
Cleaning the bookshelf gave me relief. Yoga gave me the flow, and zoo gave me connection. Scrolling gave me something too. It gave me escape, but escape is not the same as feeling restored. Maybe the problem with finding happiness those days is that it can have too many steps in front of it. I think I need to make the good things easier to begin, because when I'm tired, my brain doesn't choose the most meaningful thing.
I'll probably still want to pick up my phone, but maybe I can pause for the second and ask, is it actually what I need right now, or is it just the easiest to start? And maybe that pause is enough.